My name is Emily Bryant. I've been on CPD for about 10 years. I'm a sergeant. I've been on the bike unit for about 8 years. Being on the bike unit as a sergeant is an awesome addition to just being a regular patrol sergeant. So I get to do some of those extra activities and be out in the events on a bicycle instead of just in a cruiser or walking around. The bike unit does all kinds of things. We respond to events downtown. I'm sure you've seen us at community events. We respond to any possible protests. We also just ride around our respective precincts and just join the community. We take enforcement actions, about anything you can think of.
Being part of the bike unit, we ride almost every single day. Our job is to be out in the community. Our job is to be in high volume areas of people, be noticeable, be approachable. We should count one day how many people we talk to throughout a given shift. It's probably between 400 and 500 people on a day, especially in the warm summer months. We have a series of checks that we have to do in order to show that the bike is functioning properly and safe to ride. We call them the ABCDs. That's our air, brakes, chain, and tire. Air is when we check the tire pressure on the inner tube itself on the bike. So I'll just check my air pressure, make sure it goes up to 65 PSI. Being a bike officer is unique because you're still a police officer. You're not in a cruiser anymore, you're on a bicycle. So that it entails a lot, it's different. We can hear things, we smell things, we see things, all very different from somebody that's kind of in a locked box in a cruiser. On the bikes, we don't respond to calls for service. So you won't see a bike officer taking a crash report or being out at the scene of something in the middle of the road.
However, if we are in the area of that dispatch run, we will most of the time mark ourselves on that dispatch run to assist that officer or even clear that officer off that run, and then us take that dispatch run. Now 10-3 goes out, emergency goes out, 10-3 calls officer in trouble calls. So, and that one you're gonna respond wherever you're at on the precinct. And then still have to put hands on a suspect that was the subject of the 10-3. You're gonna be tired when you get there, but you're also prepared for whatever you're gonna get into. My favorite part of the job is being on the bicycle and not being trapped in a cruiser. Feel very confined in a cruiser. Where a bike, you don't. The bike, we'll go from point A to point B, and that could be using the street, the sidewalk, a parking lot, an alley, a backyard. Where a cruiser, you're taking the street, dealing with traffic. So where the bike, you're getting it from one point to another, cutting through everything you can to get to where you need to be. So it just, I like the tired to get on the bike rather than the tired after a cruiser day.
The process to join the bike unit on CPD is actually a lot of fun. You come to our bike school and we ride around. We teach you the basics of bicycles, the basics of riding, and there's a lot of competition, which is my favorite part. Bike school is more than just getting out and riding your bicycle down the path or down the roadway. There is a lot of slow speed work. We work on maneuverability, things like hopping curbs, things like mounting, dismounting quickly, and also in a tactical way that we would have to on the job. You prepare how to hop off your bike and interact with somebody quickly, how to hop back on it if somebody takes off running, use your bike instead of your legs as much as you can. Bike school will teach you how to fall safely and injure as least amount of parts on your body that you can.
We tell everybody in our bike school there are two types of bike officers. There's those who have fallen and those who will. Everybody's going to fall at some point. You just kind of have to accept it and move on from it.
Bike school also would teach you how to ride your bike for long distances and you hop off and you're tired, but you still need to engage in that fight or, worst case scenario, engage in some kind of shooting. Bike school teaches you how to do all of that.
We do try to simulate it. It's difficult, obviously. You can't simulate it perfectly, but we do try to simulate an exhausting ride and then a dismount, which is sometimes difficult when you're exhausted, especially if it's timed, and then exert force and make the correct decisions after that ride.
You have to get there, you have to be able to think clearly, mentally focus, and be able to maintain that legal, lawful presence in order to effect an arrest or to help your partner, to do whatever the situation requires. Everything is a little different. This is a really good story. We had to pedal from one side of the precinct to the other as our paramedics were getting into an altercation with somebody. So we had to get there, we had to put handcuffs on this person who was fighting with paramedics. But you have to have a clear, stable mind in order to do that. Anybody who's in a bike assignment has signed up to be in a bike assignment. A lot of people think that we may be on punishment. You can't drive a cruiser, or you may be a newer officer. My partner and I are two of the top senior people on our unit. We chose to be on these jobs. We love to be on the bikes. We love to be out in the community, and we love what the job entails. A lot of police officers spend most of their career sitting in a cruiser for 8 hours a day. We're not sitting in a cruiser at all. We're biking 8 hours a day. It's great on your physical health. It's great on your mental health. You learn so much more being a bike officer, being able to engage with somebody in the neighborhood that you wouldn't really talk to sitting in a box. You're out, you're open, you're approachable. It is, my partner and I like to say it's the best job in the city, really.
My favorite part of the job is when I get to get out on a bicycle and ride around and be a part of the community and outside and interacting with my coworkers and just everybody else. One of my most memorable times on a bicycle is when the kids approach us. They approach us as officers on bikes. They just see us a little bit more approachable than in a cruiser. They come up, they say hi. Kids get really excited to see our bicycles. They get excited to, check it out, look at it. It's something similar because most of them have bicycles at home too.
When we ride around, we're supposed to be really approachable. So when we're on the bikes, it's super easy for us to stop and communicate with the public, and anybody that wants to talk to us, we're always happy to stop and talk. And we generally like to ride through neighborhoods, but being downtown police officers, we also ride a lot through the downtown area. You'll ride and stop at a business and ask if they have any water, and then all of a sudden you're talking with the business owner for a couple minutes and you realize that they have a serious problem of somebody committing a theft offense or trying to break in at night, and it's easy for us to address those.
Sometimes you're pretty fortunate that you're in an area where something's going on that you can respond to rather quickly. Being on the bikes also helps you know your precinct, know the issues, know where the people who cause the issues interact. We had a robbery at a bank downtown, and somebody walked in and said he wanted to rob the bank. He asked for money, he got money, and he left. Well, my partner and I on patrol that day happened to be a block away. And being bike officers, we spend a lot of time at the main library. And we know that a lot of time at the main library, this specific person who we've seen before frequented there. So we rode up to the library and he was standing and right in front of it. So we caught somebody who had just committed an aggravated robbery at a bank. It was a very rewarding experience for us. And it was good on the unit too. Everybody seemed rather excited that we were able to catch somebody that did something like that. He had done that, I think, 3 or 4 other times, and he had not been caught. So it was extremely rewarding. We wanted to catch somebody who was victimizing these banks downtown. We have so many of them. So that was a really memorable experience for us.
I think it was 5 years ago, after a Michigan game. We deployed the bikes, formed a protective triangle around the field goal post to keep students from ripping it down. After the game was over, after we cleared the field, we riding back to the substation and stopped off to get something to eat. As we were eating, we look up on the TV, ESPN Sports Center was on, and there was a perfect blimp shot of our triangle around the goalpost. So that was kind of neat seeing that.
If you're interested to be a bicycle officer, I would suggest just getting in shape, getting out on a bike, just getting a little practice in, just like when you were kids, have fun with it, and be prepared to just be an awesome part of the community.
We tell people on patrol all the time, if you're considering doing it, just do it.
At least try it for a year. Do all the events, go from the Arnold to the last football game, do all the events in between, and you'll find something you enjoy about it. If not, then there's always another assignment for you.
From my perspective, it's the best job in the city. It's the best patrol job in the city. It's very different. It's very unique. We tell everybody you have to treat yourself like you're an athlete. You really kind of buy into the fitness mindset of being a police officer on a bicycle. You really have to take care of yourself. It is a great job and a great course, and I couldn't speak more highly of it.